ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Sri Ramakrishna is telling the pence equal to 16 rupees make a great heap, but 16 silver coins do not look like such a big amount. Again, the quantity becomes much smaller when you change the 16 rupees into one gold mohur, and if you change the gold into a tiny piece of diamond, people hardly notice it. The value goes on increasing. The same amount of pence or pounds, it's so much of coins, and the whole thing can be replaced by one silver coin. And the one silver coin, if you make it into gold, it's a small tiny coin like. And if you make it into a diamond, it's a small tiny, like a grain, sand grain. It's immeasurable value. Orthodox Vaishnavas insist on outer insignia of religion. They criticize any devotee who does not wear these marks. Was that why the Master said that after the vision of God, the devotee becomes indifferent to outer marks, giving up formal worship when goal of spiritual life is attained? The purpose of all this, in the beginning, wearing marks, this, that and all, doing ritualistic worship, keeping an idol, all this is but secondary, yet it is needed in the beginning to bring the uncontrollable mind into focus. Second is to expand the awareness, shift the paradigm from the world to spirit. All these things become necessary. Today, far off things. Now, a bird is sitting on a tree and in a forest. I am at a far off distance, standing on a housetop, and I am trying to make out that particular bird sitting. He is not able to, he sees the forest, he cannot see the bird because so many leaves and so many fruits and flowers, amidst that he is not able to, I am telling there, then how to draw his attention. I will tell about the huge trees are there, one huge branch is there, you see. I will shift from the whole forest to a particular tree. I point out something else, a group. Then I will ask him to concentrate on a particular point, reduce. From the vast forest area, I am making him attention But all this to point out that one, oh, I could see, he says, the bird sitting there. Like that, to shift the attention from the world to a particular range, range of thinking. We need that all these things. Just like children play with so many things till they grow up. As they are growing up, all those things, all that play, the toys and all with which he was playing. I saw a boy. He is collecting all types of cars, same varieties which are moving here in the world. Their small dimensional identities are there for play for children. Tesla, 4 or 5 varieties of Tesla are available in small for children. With same door opening, it makes sound and all that. I was surprised. And he is able to identify, he is not even first standard or kindergarten. He is still in pre-nursery, taken care by some caretakers, daycare. And he is able to, any vehicle going in the street, he identifies, this is that vehicle. I can't even know what it is. But he takes me inside and shows, this is that car. This is its name. And how that, now when he actually start driving, all this drop off. He has that ideal in the mind that one day I have to drive a finest vehicle in this world. So he is playing with toys at the lowest level, varieties of things, and he is imagining himself to be driving these vehicles. And now as he grows, he drops away all those things. The whole attention is how to make money, how to earn money now, to acquire a real car. And for that, he goes to school, studies. All this is ultimate goal of his is to have a vehicle, have a nice house and live. And for that, how much of preparation? None of these things are necessary if you have a house, food and a car. But all this were necessary for him to earn for that. Similarly is spiritual life. We need ritualistic worship, this, that, so many things. External prayers, going to the temple, all this becomes necessary till the heart awakens filled with love for God. The love for God always moves with love for all beings because God is reflecting at our level. He can be seen reflecting in all jivas. As we feel oneness with these, we expand to the level of understanding what God is, who is beyond our perception and understanding. So, because God is transcendental and invisible to our senses, imperceptible by our senses, so we need all these preliminary things. One, to divert our attention to ourselves. We look around, everyone we judge and see outside, but we remain where we are. First thing is to turn the torch towards ourselves. To turn the torch to ourselves. Where am I doing mistake? Am I right? Am I right? Introspections continue. To turn inward to my own this one, I need the basics. Then to understand what the God could be, which is imperceptible, which is inconceivable, and which is not possible to discern. How to be scriptures and realize souls. They give the information. Studies become necessary a little scriptural knowledge, going to a guru who has seen that and he is able to guide. And all necessary things to concentrate. How many times do we shoot a revolver or a gun to be able to strike the target? Arrows. How many times, how much of practice to penetrate into the bull? The target is there. First times it goes about 10-15 feet away from the target when you aim and throw. And slowly we practice. So all these externals become necessary for a short time till the wave awakens. We are able to conceive something, a path to transcend and go beyond. Each religion has provided a path to transcend the limitations and go beyond. So pray, just how shall I dissolve myself? How shall I dissolve my ego? How shall I expand my heart? How shall I expand my consciousness to be one this world, one with all beings, that I understand God or realize God? So once the divine love awakens, it shows the path. Once the renunciation of the worldly enjoyments appear in mind, the jnana, the wisdom directs. The love, wisdom. These two are important pathfinders, and longing for release, longing for mukti, longing for liberation. Master to Balram's father. The Kartabhajas group the devotees into 4 classes: Pravartaka, the Sadhaka, Siddha, and the Siddha of the Siddha. Kartabhajas is one of the denominations, sects. Sects means it is not a particular way of approaching. Now, just like I enter into engineering, then whole thing is a vast knowledge. I want to take a particular dimension into, I want to enter a particular field in that science. For that, a particular path is there. Suppose I want to take biology. The studies and basics are entirely different. Suppose I want to go for physics. It is entirely different. Though it is all science. But where are you aiming to? And this is one part. And another part, I want to study a particular thing, and there are various means. Now, I want to know civil engineering of building a house. I can go to the regular college to study all the things. I can go to an engineer who already has started building up houses and learn it without going to college and learning. There practically I am seeing, I am doing, and I get the knowledge. And various ways, various paths to know. Uh, I can sit in the house and enter the internet and take out all the details. Now, which path you are going to take? The end is same. I'm going to get the knowledge of the end is same. Now engineers meet and discuss certain things. I enter into it. They are the builders. They present their own way, how they are building. Each one, I am adopting this machine. Agriculture, for example. How many ways of agriculture? What are you going to use? What are you going to use? What fertilizer? What machinery? Manual or this one? How are you going to irrigate? Each one finds his own way convenient to him. So Karta Bhajas is such a thing, a particular way, path they adopt. In that, they are Pravartaka, Siddha, Sadhaka, Siddha and Siddha of the Siddha. The Pravartaka, the beginner, puts the mark of his religion on his forehead, wears a string beads around his neck and observes other outer conventions. The sadhaka, the struggling devotee, does not care much for the elaborate rites. An example of this class is Baul. Baul. They go on singing with a string instrument. Baul. The Siddha is perfect, firmly believes that God exists. The Siddha of the Siddha is supremely perfect, like Chaitanya. Not only has realized God, but also has become intimate with Him and talks with Him all the time. Siddha is one who has met God and seen practically face to face. But intimacy growing is different. I see a person, I become his friend, I enter into his discussions with him, talking, moving with him. Then slowly I develop intimacy with him. So the Siddha is of Siddha, Siddha of the Siddhas is one who has become intimate with God and talks with Him all the time. This is the last limit of realization. There are many kinds of spiritual aspirants. Those endowed with sattva perform their spiritual practices secretly. They look like ordinary people, but they meditate inside the mosquito net. Varieties of sadhakas. The sattva, raja, tamas are of different natures. The tamas is one who is a little lethargic and excessive anger and all that kind of people, demonical like. And the rajasic is full of desires, running about here, there, activities, immersed in activity. Sattva is calm and self-contained and always looking for peace and joy, helping wherever there is need and feeling great love and compassion for others, very close to divine. Wherever he sees good and great, he moves towards that. Wherever he sees bad and unwanted, he just remains silent and diverts his attention to something else. No hatred, no dislike, no attachments. Love is there without attachment. Concern is there without involvement. Rushes to serve, but without ego. These are all signs of sattva. These people doing spiritual practices, they don't express, others do not know. They silently in their own way. The people will be thinking he is sleeping, but you will see them. He is totally involved in another thing. Aspirants endowed with rajas exhibit outward pomp, a string of beads around the neck, a mark on the forehead, an ochre robe, a silk cloth, a rosary with gold beads, and so on. They are like stall keepers advertising their wares with signboards. All religions and all paths call upon their followers to pray to one and the same God. Therefore, one should not show disrespect to any religion or religious opinion. All religions, again I read this paragraph, all religions and all paths call upon their followers to pray to one and the same God. Each religion, each path, with each dimension, each denomination, in each religion, they have a particular way of approach and they have a deity or God. That one God, this alone you have to do. They insist upon. So the diversions are not there. Time is not wasted. But we see it should not become a disease like limiting the others. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, same God, followers call upon their followers to pray to one and the same God. Therefore, one should not, each one is showing their own. It is called Ishtanishta. Therefore, one should not show disrespect to any religion or religious opinion. They are aiming at the same God in different ways. It is like mother teaching the children, he is your papa, call him as father, know him to be your father. But neighbor as he doesn't tell. Neighbor a child comes, he is your uncle, your own uncle. How she teaches, he is your uncle. Same, her own husband, the same person, she introduces as father to her son, and to neighbor as uncle, and to someone, a small child, and grandfather. Different ways, but it is same person. It is God alone who is called Satchidananda Brahman in the Vedas, Satchidananda Krishna in Puranas, and Satchidananda Shiva in Tantras. It is one and the same Satchidananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. God is existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Sat, Chit, Ananda. You call by any name, it happens. Now, water. Water is one thing. Steam is another thing of the same, in another aspect of its existence. Now, as ice, it is there. As humidity, it is there. As mist, it is there. As fog, it is there. Water is available and seen and experienced in various ways, but it is all H2O. 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. If you analyze and see, this is Satchidananda. When I say H2O, it refers to all. When I say ice, it doesn't include. Ice means I see water. The water is not ice. Steam is not ice. Vapor is not ice. Humidity is not ice. How much differentiation? But when I say H2O, it is hydrogen, two molecules of oxygen. It is same. It refers to all. All things are included. It refers to all. This is one base existence through which the various forms it has taken. Now, Satchidananda is like telling H2O. You find out whether that water vapor is H2O or not. Steam is H2O or not. Whether the mist is H2O or not. You have to see. Oh yes, everything is H2O. So Satchidananda is a world, existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. He is like telling H2O. That's why he says, Satchidananda Krishna, Puranas called Satchidananda Brahman, Satchidananda Shiva, Tantra calls. There are different sects of Vaishnavas. That which is called Brahman in the Vedas is called Alak Niranjan by one Vaishnava sect. Alek means that which cannot be pointed out or perceived by sense organs. According to this sect, Radha and Krishna are only two bubbles of Alek. According to Vedanta, there is no incarnation of God. The Vedantists say that Rama and Krishna are but two waves in the ocean of Satchidananda. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.